Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you live in an area that's affected by very high pollen concentrations, dust, maybe you live next to a very busy road, or just general particles in your house that may trigger your allergies, or maybe even you have a pet that likes to shed a lot of hair, that's bad for your allergies, you should probably consider something like an air purifier. So today we're taking a look at the DREO Smart Air Purifier 530S. As the name suggests, this is a smart integrated air purifier you can control from your phone. You can integrate it with Google Home or Amazon Alexa. And it has a bunch of nice features like RGB, a pre-catch filter, all the timers and all the buttons on the top, and a display on the front. So first, let's check out what comes in the box. We have some cleaning accessories right here with a sponge brush. Then we have the warranty card, also doubling up as a thank you card. And of course, the user guide for the Smart Air Purifier 530S, which includes how to use it, what the lights mean, and everything else. Apart from those, we have a pre-filter here. You actually have several, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pre-filters, so you can change these when they get clogged. And to me, this looks like a carbon activated filter, but that's not stated, so we're not going to make any assumptions. And finally, under the plastic wrap, we have the filter itself. On the front, we have this transparent plastic here, where you can actually see the insides. On the top, we have the buttons and the exhaust, I would assume. There is a sticker on the back right here, warning us about the plastic bag inside that needs to be removed. And in order to do that, we turn it upside down, turn it counterclockwise, and we remove the inside filter from the plastic bag. And while we have this out, we can talk more about this filter because it's a 3-in-1 HEPA with activated carbon on the outside, as you can see. And this helps capture dust, allergens, pet hair, and because it has the activated carbon section, also everyday odors. Of course, it already has a pre-filter installed. I just put it in and turn it clockwise, locking the bottom part in. And then we have a small peel on the top to remove. So let's plug it in. The power cable has actually a decent length. I would say maybe 1.5 meters, which is good. And once plugged in, it beeps. The power button on top actually lights up. So we're gonna press that. As you can see, we have RGB lights. And then we can adjust the fan speed. I'm gonna put it on the lowest. And on the lowest speed, it's actually pretty silent. And because this is a smart air filter, we can actually use the phone app to control it. So we just open the DREO app. It's pretty nice that we can actually use it as a guest. We don't need to create an account. And after we agree to the privacy policy, we can add a device. Now it's gonna search for it. And because I couldn't find it at first, I actually had to update the app, which is a good reminder for you guys. Every time you get a new device, update the app because it may not be supported otherwise. So now on the main screen of the app, we can see that if we click the air purifier, we're gonna get settings for RGB. And the first one is called the air quality indicator. As you can see right now, the RGB color is green. And if we check out the legend, that means our air quality is good, between 10 and 29 micrograms per meter cube. And the display confirms this, it's actually saying 28. Also, if it drops under 10, it's gonna go blue, giving you a visual clue what the air quality is in the room without you having to look for the display or check out the app. It can also go to orange or red in case the air quality gets worse. But this is not the only RGB mode this purifier has. We also have scenes here where we can choose wave. And as you can see right now, the RGB is kind of pulsating. We also have cherry blossom. Circling between this pink and red. We have something very festive called Christmas. And as you can see, it's almost lit up like a Christmas tree with the standard green, red and yellow lights. But we also have AI where we can generate effects. So for example, let's say falling stars on night sky. We can preview this. And and it actually looks pretty cool. And then we can also apply it. Let's try another one. Let's call it City Lights. I also appreciate that actually the AI gives us some description of what the effect is going to look like. And again, we have the preview button. And it actually gives out this kind of neon city vibe with the purple, yellow and white. And again, we can also apply this. Going back, we also have some custom effects, for example, flow. Where it's circling between different colors, chase, where the lights actually seem to chase one another. And so in total we have 8 effects here. One of them that I really liked would be this cycle one, where it just cycles through all the available colors in a very pleasant manner. These lights will actually help the purifier integrate into your room effortlessly. You can actually set the mood of a room by creating a custom effect, or as you saw, talking to the AI for it to actually make an effect for you, again helping you integrate this into any room or any scenario.
The RGB lighting can create different ambience modes, and the RGB ring mode can also reflect real-time air quality by changing colors based on the air condition. This really blends naturally with any home environment and can pass as just another piece of furniture in anybody's home, enhancing the overall atmosphere.
And as I was saying, the air purifier can easily integrate into any room or decor. For example, we have this kind of wood background here. And so from the app, I set it to cycle between 3 different shades of orange, making it really easy for it to blend in. And one other thing I want to say that I realized while doing this video review is that actually this purifier is extremely quiet. You can have it in a room and not really hear it on top of the ambient noise. Or if you set it on the lowest speed, you can actually have it in the same room where you're gonna sleep and it's not gonna bother you, you're not gonna hear it. So a really good aid for day-to-day life. So after we checked out all the apps and all the features, let's take the device for some actual real-world tests. And first I'm gonna put it right on my desk next to me while I do some work, see how the air quality is next to my computer, and then we're gonna dive into some more extreme tests.
Most people spend the majority of their time indoors, where air can contain dust, pollen, pet dander, mold spores, and other fine particles. An air purifier with a high-efficiency filter can capture many of these airborne particles, helping improve indoor air quality. For people with allergies or asthma, this may reduce exposure to common triggers. Air purifiers can also help reduce smoke particles and some household odors, depending on the filter used. While they don't replace ventilation or regular cleaning, they can be a useful addition to maintaining cleaner indoor air. As you saw, when I used the purifier on my desk, the values were not really that high, but now it's time for a more extreme test, and I put it right on my bench, next to the soldering station. And in order to see how fast this purifies the air, I'm gonna start the timer on my left. As you see the PM2.5 level dropping, the purifier remains very quiet because it was on the minimum level. And by the time that it's done, I can actually tell you there is no smell left over in the office from the flux. Very good. After using the DREO 530S, it's clear that it delivers on the core things most people expect from an air purifier. It's quiet enough to run throughout the day or overnight, the app and the smart controls are straightforward to use, and the overall build quality feels solid. Setup is quick, and once it's running, it's fading into the background, which is exactly what a product like this should do. Of course, no air purifier is a substitute for good ventilation, and its effectiveness will always depend on the size of the room and the type of pollutants you're dealing with. But if your goal is to reduce airborne particles like dust, pollen, hairs and whatever, adding an air purifier to your home is a practical step. Overall, the DREO 530S offers a good balance of performance to cost, and if you're looking for a modern, smart air purifier that is easy to live with, this is definitely a contender. Of course, there are gonna be links down in the video description where you can check out the DREO 530S Smart Air Purifier. And if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more tech videos like this one, and I'll see you next time.